It absolutely breaks your heart, doesn't it? One moment of madness, one moment of thinking, well, do you know what? Everybody else is. And she's dead just 4 days ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge undertaking, wasn't it, for the parents to produce this? I mean,
I think
I
it was
really
very
admire them
brave.
for doing that, because it's clearly a message to other young people the same age and saying, you know, don't make the mistake, and who doesn't make mistakes, that our daughter did, you know, and they're not sort of trying to blame anyone else or create some story around it. They're just telling it like it is, and I really do admire them hugely for that.
So do I. They're trying to get the message out to young people, which is really important because it is all about education. I was a party girl in the 90s, and I remember very, very vividly the Leah Betts story, which was very similar to this. And, of course, back in the 90s, ecstasy was everywhere. And, you know, people were young, they experiment, and the shock, and I actually remember, because I was working in a clothes shop at the time, I had a Saturday job, of opening the newspaper and seeing those pictures of Leah Betts on that hospital bed, and it scared the life out of me, and it did have a massive effect on a lot of my friends. I also found that I was in a situation which was tragic, and I was out partying one night at nightclub, and as you do, you know, when you're young, you go to after parties at someone's house, and we went back to an after party, and there was a girl there who was a friend of mine, and I didn't know her really well, but I'd been out dancing with her all night. I left to go home. A lot of them stayed there to carry on. She had said throughout the night that she wasn't feeling very well. She'd taken ecstasy. And I think at the time, the pressure from her friends, and they're not to blame for what happened, but there was a lot of pressure of them saying, you'll be all right, you know, go upstairs, lie down for a little bit, you'll be fine. And sadly and tragically, this young girl, she was only in her early 20s, and she lost her life. And you know what? The thing is, it's the after effect that something like this has, not just on family but friends, because all those girls that were there, they're all like, they're my age now, and they've all, it's destroyed their lives. It was just tragic. They feel so guilty.